What goes up must come down. As we enter the second half of 2024, there are going to be some things happening, and if you don't prep, you're going to miss it. This year in real estate, we are contending with the full return of seasonality, interest rates that aren't going to drop much, if at all, and an election year. However, I would still argue that the market is not crashing, and here's why. First, we're already seeing the return of a more normal seasonality. Just like the tides, there's a natural ebb and flow to real estate, a time when there is more activity and a time when there's generally less. In my Florida market, that time of less is typically the end of summer into fall and winter. We see things start to slow in August or September, and they typically don't pick back up again until after the end of the year. The busier time is usually March till around June or July. Why? Spring and summer is typically when many people are in transition. If there's somebody who has a family, usually they want to be settled before the new school year starts, and they don't want to be moving in the middle of a school year. And the medical community, which is prominent in my area of North Central Florida, has a calendar year that starts July 1st. So as they're preparing for residencies and fellowships, all of those moves and transfers have happened before July 1st and tend to get wrapped up by June. The second factor for market conditions is interest rates. Yes, still. At the end of June, the Fed signaled that they may be rolling out just one more rate decrease by the end of the year, according to an article on Florida Realtors. That's down from the projected 3 rate cuts that they announced in March. Interest rates are the main drivers of today's housing market. Think of today's interest rates like your great-grandmother who's driving to the grocery store. She's in the left lane. She's going 30 in a 55. So she's going to get to the store. She's just not going to get there as fast as anyone around her is hoping. Are buyers still buying? Yes. And do they have more choices and more negotiating power since less buyers are in the market right now? Also yes. And let us not forget what's happening this November 2024, a presidential election. Historically, markets dip before an election. Real estate markets, stock markets. Because consumer confidence drops, it becomes a little bit of a let's wait and see. When people wait and see, they're not going to open houses, they're not writing offers, they're not getting into bidding wars, they're not selling their property. Everything just gets kind of quiet and eerie. So when you add all these factors up, the return of seasonality, heightened interest rates, the unsuredness of an election year, it appears that Q3 and Q4 is going to be pretty gloomy, right? Well, it all depends on how you look at it. I personally think there's going to be some big opportunities for consumers to take advantage of this fall and winter. Think of it this way. If you're trying to buy something at the same time that everybody else is trying to buy something, 2021 cough, then you typically pay more and you have less leverage and control because you're at the mercy of supply and demand. Not enough supply, a lot of demand. However, if you're looking to make a purchase and you're one of very few, or perhaps the only one, what does that mean? It means you have leverage, you have negotiating power, and it means you're gonna get a better deal on that purchase than you would if 3 other people wanted it too. Let us not be fooled though. This does not mean a crash. Home prices are still set to appreciate in value, albeit slowly. The Home Price Expectation Survey of over 100 industry experts reveals that over the next 5 years, the price of real estate is going to increase. That means that a house today is going to cost more in 2025 and 2026 and beyond. Even the most pessimistic of those that were surveyed still see prices increasing. It's about 3 or 4%, which is normal appreciation, by the way. So at the end of the day, if you wait, you're probably going to pay more. And if you are in a position to purchase your primary residence or an investment property, these next few months could provide an excellent opportunity. And if you're still convinced that this November election is going to be the end for us all, let me tell you, regardless of who wins, real estate is going to prevail, just like it always has. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.